Hey, what's up guys, Game Dragon here, and I welcome you all to my next weapon I'll be talking about in my Payday 2 Armory. And this one is a primary shotgun this time, and of course this was, in order to get this shotgun, you must be a Steam community on PC, or if you're playing on console, the PS4 and Xbox One, you'll basically get this for free. And the weapon I'm talking about is the SPAS-12, which they call it the Predator 12G. So this is a Italian-made shotgun. Is made by Frenchie, and I do have to say I love the model of the weapon. I love the design for it. And one of the more uniqueness of the shotgun, it can fire two different modes. And the two modes being semi-auto and pump action. And in this game, it's gotta be semi-auto all the time. So, let's actually get to a much look of the gun. Of course, we have the little muzzle, the iron sight. We have a sling right on top of the, basically where the mag tube is. And then we have of course, as we look over we got the pump action. Of course, the handguard, which is basically the pump action. And there's like a little button here, right on the handguard. I know you probably can't see it well, but it's just right there. I'm not sure what that button is. I think it's meant to assemble the handguard, removing the handguard from the weapon. I'm not too sure, but it's been a while since I find out what the button's for. And you can see there's little scratch marks on the weapon, so I guess they just, a lot of people didn't like it being probably they had the weapon firing in pump action before they switched to semi-auto. So it's have like a heat shield, little vents, a little opening. You can actually see the spring as well. And then we got read manual before use, and it looks like a big serial number right below the handguard, or no, not handguard, but on top of the pistol grip. And of course we have the stock folded, the duster stock, or a folding stock, which does folds up. And then now the holes here for the stock, like the 4 holes, it does come with a hook, which helps you to rest your arm or elbow when you're firing with this weapon, and you're able to put it in there just to, I don't know, just to save it without losing it. And of course, if we go to the right side, you see it's called the Predator G, which would have been called SPAS-12, and it says heavy duty shotgun and made in Italy. And of course we have the bolt and the ejector with the charging handle on the right side. And as we look on top, we see that is A&M. I'm not really sure what this means. I have really no idea. And of course you have the rear sight, which is kind of course screwed on tight on the gun. And of course the select fire is, well, we have both an S and I presume an F. So I presume if the fire selector goes toward the right, it's it's actually in fire mode, and the S basically mean, and if you flip this selector switch back, it would probably be safe. In order to, of course, fold the adjustable stock, you will have a button where it holds the piece of the stock, and you can actually remove it as well. And you can see there's a little bit of a screw that holds the wire stock together. Alright, we'll see the stats. We have the magazine of 6 rounds, total of ammo of 66, rate of fire of 300 RPM, damage of 55, accuracy of 28, stability of 44, concealment of 14, threat of 28, and a reload time of 4.8 seconds, and that's by reloading the tube shell by shell, which I should also point out, you actually reload it. It's a tube-fed shotgun. That's where you reload the shotgun, just right below, just like that. And of course, this tube was meant to fit 6 rounds. So let's look at the attachment you can put up with. Okay, so the one thing that's uniqueness to the shotguns in this game, you can actually switch different types of ammunition you want, not just double buck. You can have triple buck, HE rounds, fléchette rounds, AP slugs, and dragon's breath rounds. So you essentially have more damage. You can shoot explosive rounds, fléchette rounds, which is useful for long range, even though it says armor piercing, which I don't think that's actually help. It just helps for long range. A AP slug, which you sacrifice a spread for shooting a one giant slug, like a one giant bullet, and it can pierce through armor and walls. And dragon's breath round, of course, you can fire. Insane. It's so chock full of variety for shotguns, and I would not be surprised if the next ammunition they're gonna come up with will be cryo rounds, able to freeze the cops. And then we have a barrel. Well, not really much of a barrel change, but it just increased the magazine capacity to 10 rounds with stability and a concealment, which is right here, which should supposed to be the original stock right here, which looks pretty damn, actually better than with this model. So for this sake, I'll still just stick with this 6 round for the base. You can pick any barrel extension you want from different compensators, nozzles, and even suppressor. Even shotgun has suppressors. Any type of boost. While the shotguns have a unique boost of a -4 accuracy boost. You can put on any gadget you want. And if you put on the gadget, it's actually going to be mounted right below the gun, and somehow it gains a bit of a Picatinny rail, just where that big button is next to it. In terms of the sight, now, even though this weapon does not come with a Picatinny rail, since it was made like in the 1950s or 60s, let's actually put on the regular speculator side. This actually comes with a scope mount, and you can see it's actually welded together here, and you can see it's not blocking the bolt in the way, so it doesn't get in the way, and doesn't get in the way when it's ejecting the shell. So, and plus, it's actually a good spot for to put a sight on, or where to place it. And you will see more of these type of scope mounts, especially on the Galil and the Uzi. And you see, the screws are gone, and now we're on to the stocks, which are 3 different types of stocks. Here's we have the folding stock, and you can see it's pretty much folds like that. In real life, it would be impossible to actually aim with the stock being folded like that. It just makes it so damn hard. It would just be impossible to do. You would mostly have to hit fire this thing. And like I say, this is probably better off if you're firing this weapon in semi-auto with the stock folded. If the stock is unfolded, then it would actually be better when you fire in pump action mode. So it's kind of cool, it does that. You also have a solid stock, which looks like they kind of fitted the piece together and held it with tape for the stock, which looks a little bit weird. And you have no stock, which, when you open that, there seemed to be like a little, like a sling to hook around, or holes to put a sling in. and looks like a big screw to actually hold, probably to hold the actual pistol grip in place. So that's basically a shotgun. Well, that's basically it. And of course, I do have my fully decked out SPAS-12. Let's actually show it to you. Of course, you can see it has a larger magazine, more ammo. I mean, not more ammo, more damage, better stability. So let's actually see. It's pretty awesome. Yep, it looks actually quite different. Alright, enough of me spazzing out information about this gun. Let's head it to the firing range. Hey, welcome back guys, and well, here we go. I have my SPAS-12, and I do have to say, I have a fondness for Italian shotguns. They make some of the best ones in the world, including the M1014 and even the SPAS-15. But I think the two most recognizable shotgun for me that I ever made was, of course, the SPAS-12 and the M1014. Alright, enough brittling. Let's actually load this up. Of course, you see I cocked the charging handle on the right, but normally I don't use the pump action of it, but oh well. Alright, let me just... Alright, here we go. Well, I guess for this test I should make it out, just shoot one shot and see how the accuracy works. Alright, I'll just wait for the pellets to go away, and then we'll show you how the spread result works, or how it works with the shotgun. Also, the iron sight is definitely clear. Definitely one of the more usable iron sights. Alright, here we go. Okay, by looking at the pellets, it seems... So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hard to tell. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now the reason it shoots like that much because you're shooting triple buck. So instead of the usual, I don't know, 8 pellets, I think you're shooting like 9 pellets. Which that's why you see me shoot a little bit more. Let me get a much better wall. Actually, this should be a much better result. Let's just stay right here for the shotgun and shoot once. See how many shells that it goes. Well, since they're tight, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, let me just do it again. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it shoots 8. I want to make sure I have a clear view, and okay, this time I'll go all the way long range and see how this works. Oh, much better. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of pellets, and some of them have a much tighter group together. So that's why you see me like shooting like 8, 9, or 11 from one shot, which is insane. Okay, now I'm gonna show what it's like to fire this thing, try and spam it without controlling the recoil. So you can tell it only shoots 300 RPM, and it doesn't really go up as high, so it's really stayed on target pretty well. Pretty good solid choice for a base weapon. Alright, now I try to do about, well actually, with controlling the recoil. So yeah, most of the pellet shoots almost close to the ground. I did try to get closer, but that's how it goes. So if you're mostly aiming ahead, hopefully when your shots actually land a headshot because you do the full damage, it doesn't matter how many pellets you hit, as long as you get one of the pellets connect to the body, you will do the full damage, which is kind of weird. Also, you may see me, I keep reloading the weapon, like, reload one shell, then cock it back, and reload the whole thing. That's actually the proper way to reload a tube-fed shotgun. So when you just shoot, you just add it in. It's perfectly fine. Let me just shoot a couple. This is perfectly fine if you just do a tactical reload where you shoot some, but you want to do some reload, just able to reload that much. So let me shoot again. Now, if you're trying to reload, but if you get caught in during a reload, you can't reload fully. So I'll probably just do an example of reload 2 shells and then try to fire 2 back, just in case you get caught in a reload. Okay, sadly I did 3, but you get the point. It's very a viable tactic to help you to keep yourself on guard while you're reloading your weapon. Because not every day you can able to reload it fully, so just keep firing back. And you see it stopped, and then I could continue it again. It's a pretty unique trick. Okay, that's me, I'm doing fully reload. I'm not sure how many shots I shot, so let me just grab some more ammunition. Even though there are no shells, just a huge ammo clip. Okay, I'll show what it's like to... And then it cocks. But to me, I think this should be more fitting. Oh, shit, Shit, okay, let me just... Oh no, I need to make a better ammunition, sorry. Shit, I didn't... Alright. That should be the proper reload ammunition for shotguns like this. Okay, enough with the base. Now it's time for the fully decked out SPAS-12. See you in a minute. Hey, welcome back guys, and now here's my fully decked out SPAS-12. Alright, let's see how it works. Of course, since I have the horizontal lever, so I'm shooting my pellets in a horizontal spread rather than a more circular, tighter spread. I think this is more useful if you have in a corridor or hallways, a long hallway, and you have a group of cops just basically have beside each other. You can able to kill them with just usually maybe a couple more shots or just one shot, depends on the shotgun you're using. Alright, so let me just test this with this one shot right here. Pretty spread out. Oh, let me put this on. There we go. Alright, okay, of course for the second test, I'll wait for these pellets to go away. And of course, same test. I'll see how the weapon's recoil it is without actually controlling it. Of course, thanks to the horizontal lever, it's just spread out like this. That's the brightest I can get, and in terms of that space, it's actually work well in a corridor. I think the best way I describe it, it's probably the best hallway when you do it in Hudson Breakout Day 2, which is the search. Alright, for the sake of the horizontal lever for test 3, I won't be moving to this side. Instead, I'll do it here, but this time I will try to control the recoil as much as I can. Well, to be perfectly fair, you shouldn't even need to control it in the first place. Like, I don't need to even control it in the first place to go over the place. You shouldn't. So it just shows that you don't really need to control much of the recoil for a shotgun. So I'll just do it here and it's much more controllable. I find the second test is much better than doing the test free, and it's just much more better. Well, but that's it for the shotgun. Time for the final conclusion. Overall, the SPAS-12 is definitely a unique weapon, and it's also awesome that it's a free shotgun for a primary section, especially that semi-automatic, since there's not really a lot. Of course, it's mostly, however, the weapon does get rivaled from its other Italian brethren, being the M1014 or Benelli M4. But essentially, it just has a much better rate of fire and is much more concealed. But I always like to give this a challenge, and it's pretty awesome. Oh, I noticed a button there too, which, oh damn, I'm not really sure what this button does. I don't know if this is a select fire thing when switched from pump back to semi-automatic. I have no clue, but yeah, it's definitely a amazing shot. I still think the rate of fire, it loses on the rate of fire being 300 RPM as opposed to 429 RPM on the M1014 and the Striker, which are far more better shotgun than this. But of course, they made it this way because this is a free shotgun, while the M1014 and the Striker are paid shotguns on PC. And in terms of for special takedowns on the SOD, not really viable shotguns. It's just takes some time to get used to with the right setup, the right ammunition. But overall, definitely a fun gun to go use. So if you hadn't not give the SPAS-12 a try, give it a try. You may like it, you may not like it, but yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, when I cover up another assault rifle. Until then, farewell and have a wonderful day, everyone.